Ashley, I have been trying to reach you everywhere. I called your apartment, but there was no answer, so I left word at the office.
I know, I got your message.
Oh, where on earth have you been?
I haven't even gone to sleep. I've been out driving, trying to decide what I'm going to do about Justin.
You told me you were going to fight for him.
I tried, and it didn't work. I'm packing up my bags, and I'm going back to Savannah.
Careful with that powder. Got that stuff all over me yesterday.
Ready when you are, Bill.
All right, give me a couple minutes, will you, Frank?
Mr. Roberts.
That's enough, Jane. Well, don't you look good this morning? You sure didn't waste any time getting down here.
Well, I came just as soon as Roy told me that you called.
Did you talk to your brother yet?
Not yet.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Well, I have to wait till the right time. And after your little visit, last night was definitely not the right time.
Look here, sweet thing. I don't have time to sit around here and wait till that little creep brother of yours gets in a good mood.
You do if you want him on this show of yours.
Well, if it's a good mood you want, maybe these will help.
Come in.
What do you want?
Just in the neighborhood. Thought I'd stop by and see how an old friend was doing.
I ought to have you thrown out.
Be my guest. Think you can stand the publicity?
Don't tempt me, Peter.
Oh, my. We are playing the brave front this morning, aren't we? Funny, you didn't seem that sure of yourself yesterday when Jack Brent stopped by your table to say hello.
Just what do you hope to accomplish by all of this, Peter?
I don't hope to accomplish anything. Just want to check on you. Seemed a little shaken yesterday.
I'm fine.
Glad to hear it.
I'm sure you'll be glad to hear that all your work has gone for naught.
Oh, really?
I told Elliot the whole story.
And was he very understanding?
Yes, he was, as a matter of fact. So you see, your little plan has backfired.
No, that is too bad. Only, it wasn't my little plan. That was all your husband's doing.
Here, Ashley, drink this.
I don't want any tea.
All right. Well, tell me what happened with Justin.
He went back to see Rena again. Now, I know that you tell me to forget about her. But see, he can't forget about her. He keeps going back.
Are you sure you went to see Rena?
He missed a meeting with Mr. Holbrook, the treasurer of World Oil.
So?
Oh, so he tells me that he's working on an oil deal. And all the time, he's over at Rena's.
Oh, did he finally admit that he'd gone to visit Rena?
Oh, well, he couldn't very well deny it because Vicki Bellman came storming into his office and demanded that he leave her daughter alone.
Well, darling, that should cheer you up. If Vicki wants Justin to stay out of Rena's life, then you can rest assured.
Rena is pregnant. She's having Max's child.
Then that should settle matters once and for all.
No, because then I blew it. I was so mad. I was so mad at Justin that I told him that he couldn't stay with me. So he said he was going to go back out and stay at the ranch.
You had every right to be angry, darling.
I stayed up half the night trying to figure it all out, you know? And so I thought this morning that I would call out at the ranch and I would apologize.
What was his reaction?
He wasn't even there. Mrs. Marshall said that he hadn't been there all night.
Perhaps he decided to stay in town.
He doesn't have an apartment in town.
Well, no, but he has friends.
Uh-huh. Women friends. Oh, that's right. One of his former homecoming queens. Maybe even one of his little cheerleaders. Oh, I'm sure he could stay with one of them.
Oh. You really love Justin, don't you?
Yes.
Do you want to marry him?
Yes. But he doesn't want to marry me. Not now. Maybe it's for the best.
Nonsense. You're just depressed, and you are not thinking clearly. Now, if Rena is going to have Max's baby, then you certainly don't have to be concerned about her. And you told me yourself that you have figured out a way to help Justin in his struggle with Ryan. Now, he must have appreciated that.
Yeah, he was pleased.
And he knows you can be of more help to him in the future?
Yes, but see, that doesn't mean he's gonna marry me.
Baby, you look so tired. Do you have to go to work?
No, I told Becky I wasn't coming in today.
Then why don't you go upstairs and lie down? I'll talk to Justin for you.
Well, what are you gonna say to him?
I don't know, but I'll think of something. I always do.
What are these?
Why don't you read one and find out?
Billy Joe Wright, care of the Phil Roberts Show, station KVIK, Houston, Texas.
Go on, read it.
Dear Mr. Wright, I cannot tell you how much hearing you has changed my life. I know I don't have a great voice like Elena Decker has, and maybe I'm not as pretty either. But listening to you, I realized how often I'd let life just pass me by. So often I sit here at my kitchen table thinking about all the things I'll never have in this fleeting life. What you said about going for what you want made a lot of sense to me. You don't get what you don't go after. Ain't that the truth? I always wanted to be a bookkeeper, but I don't have no formal education. I left high school when I was 15, but after hearing you the other day, I clipped a coupon out of a magazine and enrolled in a correspondence course. Thanks for the inspiration. Yours most truly, Vera Tanner.
They're all like that.
All those letters are for Billy Joe?
Each and every one, honey.
There's got to be 500 letters there.
629, all on the first day alone.
I can't believe it. All of these from my big brother.
Well, you better believe it. And you better do something about it, too. Because the word from the top is that either I sign Billy Joe Wright or I don't have a show.
Well, don't you worry one little bit, Mr. Roberts. You and I made a bargain, and Ruby Wright always keeps her end of the bargain. Do you mind if I take a few of these along?
You can take all of them along, just as long as you bring me Billy Joe Wright.
This is all I need. I'll see you later.
I don't believe you.
Don't you?
No, I don't. I think this little game has your stamp all over it, Peter.
You know, Paige, I really take offense at that.
Do you?
You know, if this had been my little game, it would have been handled quite differently. Unfortunately, your husband, well, Dennis is only a beginner, so what can you expect?
Are you through now?
Well, I admit that I was interested in seeing your reaction to Jack Brent. Only if you think about it for a while, Paige, you'll realize that if I'd been out to get you, I wouldn't have stopped with a little mental anguish.
Get out of here, Peter, before I call the police.
Before you what, Paige? You know, you want to be careful about making threats. It's a very dangerous pastime.
Go of me!
You're dealing with a pro, my dear. Had you forgotten? Don't.
Just what do you hope to accomplish by this, Peter?
Oh, I think Dennis will be able to answer that much.
Dennis doesn't have anything to do with this.
Ask him.
If he is involved, it's because you've tricked him.
Dennis hates you, Paige. And for very good reason. You're the reason he almost went to prison. You lied to him. You ruined his marriage.
He doesn't even know Jack Brent. There's no way that he could have arranged that meeting.
Well, that part's true enough. I was the one who arranged for Jack and Dennis to get together, but the idea of embarrassing you at the club, that was all Dennis.
I don't believe you. Dennis isn't like that.
Why do you think he went to so much trouble to get you your old job back?
He said that he wanted to put the past behind us. It was a gesture that he was making for us.
Yeah, it was a gesture, all right. He even managed to include Elliot in this gesture to make your humiliation complete. Think about it, Paige. Dennis was behind the whole thing. You know it's true.
I'll get back to you on this. Bubba, talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. When are you going to get it through that head of yours that you just can't keep hanging around here?
Now, do you want to hear my report on this feller Johnson or what?
Have you found him?
Not yet. But we are working on it. Now, he's been staying at 3 different apartments in the last couple of months, so he's obviously running from something.
Is he working?
Well, those places there aren't dumped, so he must be getting money from somewhere.
Is this all?
For now.
You keep on this. When you find him, you give me a call. Don't show up around here again, will you, Bubba?
Why are you so interested in finding this fellow?
Mr. Johnson may just be the key to my becoming president of World Oil. Finding him may be very important to both of us. Okay?
Okay. Where's Ashley this morning?
She's taking the day off. Why?
I just miss seeing that pretty little face of hers.
Bubba, stay away from Ashley.
I ain't after her. Well, I mean, a man's got a right to look at a pretty lady now and then.
Not my lady. Not in this office.
When you gonna marry?
What's it to you?
Filly like that, you better hurry up. Or some boy's gonna come along and steal her away from you.
Nobody's gonna take her away from me. I can guarantee that.
Billy Joe, I've been meaning to tell you how terrific you were on the Phil Roberts show.
Oh, thanks a lot, Angela.
I meant to tell you something about it yesterday, but I never had a chance.
Yeah, well, doing those talk shows is just some of the stuff you have to put up with when you're in this sort of business.
Yeah, I guess so.
You were very impressive. You're still upset about Elaine, aren't you?
Look, Nita, if it's all right with you, I'd just soon not talk about it, all right?
It might help.
There's not more to say. Elaine and me are through. It's done. It's over, okay? The case is closed.
All right. I do think it's a shame it all had to happen now. Especially when things seem to be going well for Lena again. But at least Ricky got to sing on the show. I think he came off real well.
Oh, yeah. Ricky came off just fine. Dang it, why'd Ruby have to set up that stupid appearance anyways? If she just left things well enough alone, none of this would have happened.
Oh, now, Billy Joe, don't start blaming Ruby.
I'm not blaming Ruby. It's just that she should have checked with me first. She had no right to book my client into something like that.
She thought she was doing you a favor.
Yeah, well, I just wish she'd stop doing me so many favors. Ruby's gonna favor me to death if I'm not careful.
Oh, boy, doesn't this sound like good old times? Back in Waco, you and Ruby were always at each other's throats. But I guess that's normal. Brothers and sisters always seem to be fighting.
Yeah, only now we're fighting about different things. You know, Nita, I think Ruby's starting to change.
Starting to change how?
Well, it's just the way she talks about money and things that she wants.
Well, you're a fine one to talk. If anybody wants money, it's you.
Well, sure, I want money. I want to be successful, too, but there's got to be a line where a person's got to draw, you know, how far they're going to go. And I get the feeling Ruby'd walk right over anybody or anything to get what she wants.
Look, Billy Joe, I know having Ruby live with you while she's looking for a place is, well, it's beginning to get on your nerves, but I don't think that's any reason to talk her down.
I'm not talking her down.
Oh, well, it sure sounds that way to me.
I'm just telling you what I see.
Well, what I see is that your sister is the same sweet girl she's always been.
You know, I don't think you realize just how angry Dennis is with you.
Why are you telling me all this, Peter?
Just I thought you ought to know. I see a friend in trouble. It's natural to try and help.
Oh, right. And even if this were Dennis's idea, he couldn't have brought it off without you, could he?
True enough.
What do you want?
You.
You're crazy.
I'd say you were the crazy one. Don't you realize what I could do with you if you're not careful?
Don't you threaten me, Peter. I'm not one of your little call girls.
You're not much better. I'd strongly advise you not to try that again. I'm going to have you, Paige, one way or another.
Over my dead body.
I sincerely hope it doesn't come to that.
How you doing?
How's it look like I'm doing?
Bet you can't guess where I just been.
I don't think I want to guess.
You know, Billy Joe, I think you better snap out of this. I think you're taking this whole Elena thing a little too serious.
Oh, sure. Everything I've been working for this past year has just been taken away from me. My wife, my client, my big dreams of being a big-time manager. All that's gone down the tubes, and you're telling me I'm taking it too serious.
Well, it's not as if you don't have other options. I mean, there are other things in the world besides becoming a big-time manager.
Would you just put a lid on it, Ruby?
Maybe you weren't cut out to be a manager. Maybe your talent lies in another direction.
Ruby, I'm telling you, I'm not in any mood for this.
Well, maybe you're in the mood for these.
And what's this?
Just something I think you ought to read.
Yes, we should use the footage on the heart transplant. Well, only if the surgeon will agree to the interview. Yeah, well, look, can you use your own judgment, Bill, and let me know? All right.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all. Something wrong?
I have to talk to you.
Well, of course. Have a seat.
Thank you.
What is all this about?
It's about Dennis.
You drive a hard bargain, but you've got yourself a deal. Listen, you draw up the papers and let World Oil take it from there, all right? Fine, bye.
Hello, Iris.
Hello, Justin. I've come to see you about Ashley.
I have looked all over for her. I've called her apartment. I've called her friends looking for her. Becky doesn't even know where she is.
She's at my home.
she all right?
No, she's not. She's upset and angry and hurt.
Well, we had a little misunderstanding yesterday.
I know. Ashley told me about it.
Iris, you have to understand something. Ashley isn't rational when it comes to the subject of my relationship with Rena.
I don't find that at all surprising.
I've tried to explain things to Ashley, but she is obsessed with the idea that I'm still in love with Rena.
And are you?
No.
Do you love Ashley?
I gave her an engagement ring. She knows how much I care for her.
Well, I care for her a great deal myself, and I wouldn't like to see her hurt.
Hurting Ashley is the last thing in the world that I want.
You have hurt her, Justin. You've hurt her by not being honest with her.
I was just trying to protect her, Iris. I told you how upset she gets even when I mention Rena. That's why I didn't tell her I was going out to the Bellman place. She still doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand a lot of things, like why I thought it was so important that I moved out to the ranch.
Or why you won't set a wedding date.
I told Ashley I would talk about that soon.
Well, you'd better talk fast, because she's planning to pack her clothes and move back to Savannah.
Is that really what Ashley wants?
She thinks it's best for you and for the baby of yours she's carrying.
Dang you, Ruby, you've been sneaking around behind my back again, haven't you?
Billy Joe, just read the letters.
I'm not going to read no letters. Where'd you get them from?
KVIK.
What you mean is that you got them from Phil Roberts.
Well, what difference does that make?
Look here, Ruby, there's something I want to tell you. I'm sorry for the day you walked in through that door. You got yourself lost out of my life once before. Why don't you just stay lost in Nashville, Atlanta, wherever it is you belong?
I belong here.
No, you do not. Now, I know you're my sister, and I know this is not a Christian thing to say to you, but I want you to pack your bags and I want you to get out of Houston right now.
Billy Joe, you don't mean that.
Yes, I do mean it. From the very first day you showed up here, unannounced and uninvited, you've been nothing but trouble.
So this is the thanks I get for trying to help you out of a big mess.
I wouldn't be in any mess unless you showed up.
You know, I have half a mind to do exactly what you say, pack up and go back to Nashville. It'd serve you right. But I can't. I know you're just talking out of anger. Because you're all upset about that stuff Elena's been pulling on you.
Ruby, did it ever occur to you that none of this stuff would ever happen? That whenever that Elena pulled that stuff, it was because you went ahead and planned something without consulting me?
Okay. I can't talk to you. Maybe I should just go back to Nashville and leave you to get Nita back all by yourself.
I don't need any help in getting Nita back.
Well, you sure need someone because you ain't doing such a hot job by yourself.
I'm warning you.
Did it ever occur to you, Billy Joe, that Nita might be real impressed if you turned out to be a real big TV star?
I don't want to be a TV star, and even if I did, I know Nita well enough that you wouldn't be impressed with something like that.
Everybody is impressed with something like that.
I am not going to be on the Phil Roberts show, and that's final.
Hey there, you two. What is all this shouting about?
Nothing, honey, nothing. Listen, just Ruby and I was just having a little friendly discussion, that's all.
I could hear you all the way upstairs.
I've been trying to talk some sense into this thick-headed husband of yours, but I guess it just ain't possible.
Sense? Sense about what, Ruby?
Well, our Billy Joe is turning into a TV celebrity. Only he don't want to admit the fact.
What are all these?
Letters. Just a couple out of the hundreds of letters that came pouring into KVIK from Billy Joe's fans. And each and every one of these letters is telling a story about how Billy Joe changed their lives.
Well, Billy Joe, this is wonderful.
Paige, I find all of this very difficult to believe.
So do I, Elliot.
If it had come from anyone else, I might have considered it seriously, but Peter Parnell, I'm afraid he's hardly an unbiased source of information.
I agree, Elliot. I just keep asking myself what he can gain by lying.
Well, perhaps he's afraid that you and Dennis will reconcile your differences. Maybe he wants to prevent that.
was a mistake that I came here. It's probably just Peter trying to cause trouble.
No, Paige, you did the right thing. There have been too many lies in this family. If Parnell is trying to cause trouble, I want to know about it. Dennis is trying to put his life back together now. The last thing he needs is somebody like Parnell chipping away at the pieces.
Why didn't Ashley tell me she was planning to have my child?
She didn't want you to know until she was sure that you wanted to marry her. And she didn't want you to marry her just because she was pregnant.
Was she just going to go away somewhere? Without telling me?
Yes, but I thought you had a right to know.
She's not planning...
Oh, no. Oh, no. She wants the baby. She wants it because it's yours. And because she loves you. But she's not certain that you love her. And she doesn't want to burden you with the obligation of a child.
Ernest, I just don't know what to say.
Don't say anything. Just take some time and think about it. I'm sure you'll do the right thing.
Honey, give me the letter, huh?
No. I think Nita has a right to see what kind of effect her husband has on other people's lives.
Billy Joe, have you read this?
No, I haven't, and I'm not going to either.
Well, you should, because it's really lovely. Now listen to this. Dear Billy Joe Wright, your words of courage reached me in my living room and helped to change a widow's lonely life. I always dreamed of working as a nurse, but I got married and raised a family, so I never had the chance. 2 years ago, my husband died, and until I heard you talking on the Phil Roberts show, I thought it was just too late for me to start again. Well, I was wrong. Thanks to your encouragement, I applied for a training position at Gulf Coast Hospital, and they accepted me. God bless you, Mr. Wright, for teaching me to try. Yours truly, Betty Lou Beavers, nurse's aide. Billy Joe, this is beautiful.
That's what I told him, too. Only he wouldn't listen. At least not to me.
Are there really more letters like this?
Phil Roberts showed me a whole tub full. And according to him, it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Billy Joe, this is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm real thrilled.
Oh, no, you're not, but you should be. Having this kind of effect on people's lives is a great gift. I'm so proud of you.
Of course, Nita, the really sad thing is that they want Billy Joe to do it again, only he won't.
They want him to do the show again?
That's right. They're even talking about making him a regular.
Oh, Billy Joe, you gotta do it.
Nita, I'm not a talk show person. I'm a manager. I'm not cut out for that kind of thing.
There's plenty of viewers out there who say that you are.
Oh, come on, Billy Joe. I mean, think of all the people's lives you could help.
Nita, that's crazy. How am I supposed to help other people's lives when I made such a mess out of my own?
Oh, now he's just being stubborn.
Last time I was in that studio, Phil Roberts told me to never set foot inside there again. Now I'm supposed to go crawling back to him on my hands and knees? Well, I'm not going to do it. No way.
Billy Joe, if you really want to know the truth, it ain't Phil Roberts that wants you back. As a matter of fact, he's against it. It's the bosses upstairs. They're the ones that want you on the show. So if you really want to get back at Phil Roberts, I think the best way is just to do it.
Look, I don't want to get back at anybody. All I want is just to be left alone.
Look, I think you should reconsider. You're passing up a wonderful opportunity.
Honey, I got lots of opportunities. I don't need this one.
Oh, come on, Billy Joe. Just do it, please. Come on. Do it for me.
Dad? Jones said you wanted to see me.
Yes, Dennis, I did. Would you have a seat for me?
Sure. This looks serious.
Well, it is, in a way.
What did I do? Mess up an assignment or something?
No. Paige came by a short while ago, Dennis.
Oh. What did she want?
Well, I'm afraid she had some rather disturbing news. I don't even know whether I should be telling you this because, well, it's only hearsay, and I've always felt that passing along that kind of gossip was detrimental in the long run.
Well, what sort of gossip is it we're talking about?
Peter Parnell came to see Paige this morning. He said some very nasty things to her. And, well, what it boils down to is that I'm afraid that Mr. Parnell isn't being entirely honest with you.
Really?
No, from what Paige tells me, I have the feeling that you're being used.
And how am I being used?
Well, I hate to say this, and I hope it's not true, but from the looks of things, this whole business with Jack Brent, the film producer, was just Parnell's way of getting back at Paige.
Is that what she told you?
Yes. Seems the whole thing was a setup.
Well, I know that.
You mean you were aware of what Parnell was up to?
Dad, I'm the one who set it up.
You promised me you'd get some rest.
I couldn't sleep.
Have you had anything to eat?
No. Now, Vivian offered me some stuff, but I wasn't hungry. Did you talk to Justin?
Yes. We had a long talk. I suspect you're going to be seeing quite a bit of him. I told him you were planning to leave Houston because you're carrying his child.
What? You did what?
I told him you were pregnant.
Why did you do that?
It just came out. I didn't have it planned or anything, but I think it worked.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord, Mrs. Whit.
Now, darling, there is no reason to get upset.
Lord.
Remember, a woman has to fight for what she wants, and she has to use the weapons she has at hand. Now, there is simply no point in just sitting back and refusing to take action.
I don't even know what kind of action you're talking about.
If it serves your purpose at the moment.
But it's not true.
Not now, but you can make it true.
Sure you don't want anything to eat?
No, I'm not hungry.
Hey, what's wrong?
I feel like I'm being railroaded. That's what's wrong.
I think it's wonderful that you're going to be on the Phil Roberts show again. You know, I've never known a real TV star before.
Angela, I'm not like that at all. I'm no kind of star, and I'm not planning on becoming one either.
Well, I don't know how you can help it. I mean, if they really want you on the show as a regular.
Angela, I'm not a regular. The only reason I'm back on the Phil Roberts show is because Nita asked me to.
Oh? I don't believe that for a minute.
Well, it's true, darling.
No, it's not. You're just being modest. You were as much affected by these letters as I was, and these letters are what really counts. Imagine reaching out and touching people's lives.
Honey, this was just an accident. This is just a one-time kind of thing. You just wait and see.
Maybe so. And I'm glad you're going to give it a try.
Hey, how'd it go?
Piece of cake. Oh, here. You can have your letters back.
You mean your brother is willing to come back on my show?
That's right. He's willing. Well, it wasn't easy, seeing as how you and he don't exactly have a romance going.
No.
But I knew which buttons to push. Took a little persuading, but he came round.
I bet you've got a real talent for persuading.
Yeah, I do.
Can we have Billy Joe on the show for tomorrow?
I don't see why not.
And of course, your client, Ricky Decker, will be appearing with Billy Joe.
Well, that goes without saying.
Well, that's a load off my mind.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about it, too. Oh, there is one other thing.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, we haven't discussed the matter of my fee.
Your What fee?
Well, I hope you don't think I'm doing this for my health. I mean, after all, I saved your neck by getting my brother to agree to appear on your show. And I am not in the habit of doing charity work. I like to be paid for my efforts.
I think having Ricky Decker appear on my show is payment enough, don't you?
No, I don't. Not nearly enough.
Well, I'm afraid it's going to have to do.
I don't think so. I know how much you have riding on Billy Joe's appeal.
Now, just hold it right there. This is still my show. You can't
Mr.
come in-
Roberts, I don't think you're in any position to say no.
Ashley, darling, sit down and listen to me. Sit down. Now, if you had gotten married in September, as you planned, how would you have felt about having a baby?
Well, I want children. And I know that Justin wants a son to carry on the Marshall name almost as much as he wants to get rid of Ryan Connor.
So you would not have delayed in starting a family?
No.
Then I can't see that there's any problem now.
The problem is that I can't tell Justin I'm pregnant when I'm not.
You must get him to make a commitment. Once you're married, everything else will work itself out. You and Justin will have your baby, and Justin will have a woman who is capable of giving him the support he needs, and you'll have Justin.
But it's not right.
It's not wrong. Now, if you love each other and can make each other happy, it is simply a matter of timing.
You sound like Aunt Hildy's logic.
Well, your Aunt Hildy is one of the happiest people I've ever known, so she must be doing something right. Now, darling, you are so worn out. You just cannot think straight. So, come on. I want you to try to get some sleep. If Justin calls, well, what can I tell him this time? I'll just say that you've gone out for a drive and that you will meet him at your apartment later this afternoon.
Don't act so surprised.
I'm not surprised, Dennis. I'm stunned.
Why? Because I decided to give Paige a taste of her own medicine?
Son, I hope that what you're saying isn't the truth, because if it is, bringing that man to the top of the World Club is...
Is what?
It's sick, Dennis. It's disgusting, and it's beneath you.
Dad, I did this for you. I wanted you to see what kind of a woman Paige really is. She's a tramp, Dad. She
Dennis,
is
stop.
nothing.
Now, I don't know what's come over you, but I'm not going to let you go on like this. Now, whatever flaws Paige may have, she's no worse than the rest of us. Dennis, you may not realize this, but Paige has done a great deal for you.
Oh, I've heard all that before.
Well, it's the truth. She's gone to great lengths to set things right between you, and I think you ought to stop and try to appreciate it.
The only thing I can appreciate is that she's ruined my life, and right now she's ruining your life as well.
That doesn't make any sense. Paige is the first person to make the connection between Joe Foster and Chris Shaw's murder. She took Foster's confession to Stryker Bellman. She came here to help you because she thinks you're being taken advantage of.
Open your eyes and see what Paige is doing to you.
What? What is she doing?
You really think she came here today to help me?
What other reason could she have?
She came here because of you, Dad.
Paige and I are friends, Dennis.
You may believe that, Dad. But Paige has other plans.
That's just not so.
Oh, come on, Dad.
You need help, Dennis. Now, I don't know what's wrong, but we have to sit down and talk this out rationally. What you've done is wrong, and you have to see that, and if you need to see a professional...
No, look, she's turned you against me too, hasn't she?
Dennis, I'm not against you.
No, it wasn't enough that she tricked me into marrying her and lied to me every step along the way. No, she's got to turn my father against me too.
Dennis.
I'm not going to let her get away with it, Dad. I can't.
Dennis. Dennis.
You think we'll have a girl or a boy?
I don't know. Does it matter?
I'd like a boy. But a little girl would make me very happy.
I'll try to have a son for you.
I just wish you'd told me instead of Iris.
I had no intention of telling Mrs. Wheeler.
Iris certainly has a knack of forgetting her own way, doesn't she?
She sure does.
She's very fond of you.
I know. I'm very fond of her, too. I wish that she wasn't so much like Aunt Hildy. But I appreciate her concern for me.
You should have known how happy I'd be. You know how important a family is to me, sons and daughters, to carry on the Marshall name.
The Marshall dynasty, born again.
That's right. Now we have to get a wedding band to go along with this engagement ring.
Suppose we will.
Well, we'll buy it tomorrow. And we'll get married next week. How does that sound?
Oh, Justin. I want you to marry me because you love me. Because you want to. Not because you have to.
I love you, Ashley. I promise I'll do my very best to make you happy.
Hi. Oh, Billy Joe. Gosh, everyone's so excited about seeing you on the Phil Roberts show today.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know Bobby Sue? She closed the beauty parlor for a couple hours. She's bringing all the women over here so they can watch the show here. I swear, she's more excited about seeing you on TV than I am.
Well, she's going to have to get unexcited, because she's not going to see me on TV.
Oh, well, why not?
Because I'm not going to do the Phil Roberts show. That's why not.
Iris, it's good to see you smile.
I finally have something to smile about.
Oh, what about?
Ashley called me this morning. She and Justin are to be married next week.
I take it that you approve.
Oh, indeed I do. I can't think of a better match. Ashley's very much in love with Justin, and he with her.
Well, I wouldn't be too sure about Justin.
Oh, it sounds as though you've been talking to Ryan.
No, I've seen him enough to form my own opinion.
Well, you've misjudged him. I did that once myself. Oh, will you be gone all day?
Oh, probably. I'll be at the bank if you need me.
Are there problems with Alex's finances?
Oh, no, his are in fine shape. It's yours that I'm worried about.
Mine?
Now that Alex's will has passed through probate, we have to deal with the fact that you're suddenly a very wealthy woman.
I've always been very wealthy.
Iris, we're talking about several millions more.
Well, do whatever you think is best.
I'll get it! Oh. Good morning, Mr. Carrington.
Thank you, Vivian.
Hello, Grant. Wait, I hate to run.
No,
but-
please don't let me keep you.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, thank you, Vivian.
You look too serious for this hour of the morning, Elliot.
But I'm very worried about Dennis. I think he needs professional help.
What kind of professional help?
Psychiatric counseling.
Hi. Where you been?
Well, I went to research, payroll, and legal.
Ashley, I think you should quit working.
Why?
You're going to wear yourself out running around like that.
Don't be silly. I do this every day. I've done it ever since I came to World Oil.
Yes, my darling, but you're pregnant now. You got to start taking good care of yourself.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
But I do worry about you. It's your health. It's our baby.
Justin, I know that you're really excited about the baby, but would you wait before you told anyone, till after we're married?
Of course I'll wait.
Oh, by the way, I made the appointment for this afternoon for a blood test. Justin, what's wrong?
I don't think I can make it today, Ashley.
Well, Justin, we can't get our marriage license until we have the blood test.
I know.
I thought you were the one that was so anxious, to get married next week.
Ashley, come here. Sit down. There's something I have to tell you.
What is it?
The last time I had a blood test, I passed out.
Oh, no! You silly. It'll be all right. I'll be there. You'll see.
Ashley, you don't know how embarrassing that can be.
I love you. It'll all work out. You'll see. Don't worry about it.
It's not funny.
Well, it doesn't do much for your macho image. It'll be okay. I promise.
I found Mr. Johnson.
Billy Joe, you don't mean that.
I do, too. I'm not going on that guy's show.
Well, you're going to disappoint an awful lot of people.
Well, then they're just going to have to be disappointed.
You know, Bobby Sue thinks you and Ricky are celebrities now. Yeah, you remember how she was like when Ray Stevens and, you know, Johnny Paycheck and Freddie Fender and Bill Rafferty were at the Coop? Well, now that you and Ricky have been on the Phil Roberts show, she's put you on this big pedestal just along with them.
But, Nita, I just ain't no celebrity here. I don't belong in no TV talk show.
But that doesn't
Don't
matter.
pay any attention to Billy Joe. He's just kicking up dust.
Phil Roberts called me a creep. He told me I never set foot in KVIK again.
Yeah, and then he came crawling back to you on his hands and knees. You gonna give Phil Roberts the satisfaction of being able to say he was right about you all along?
I'm telling you, I'm not going to do it.
You are too. You're just saying that. You just want to be begged, big brother.
I don't want anybody to beg me, damn it! All right, I'll do it. That make everybody happy?
Yeah.
Well, don't make me happy. Don't make me happy at all.
What makes you think Dennis needs psychiatric counseling?
Because he's a very disturbed young man. I don't seem to be able to help him.
But what's he disturbed about?
Paige.
Well, Paige is enough to disturb anyone.
Iris, you have to understand how serious this is. Dennis believes that Paige has ruined his life.
She tried.
He believes she's trying to ruin my life, too.
Yours?
Yes. Paige and I have had lunch and dinner on several occasions. Dennis seems to have the idea that we are more than just friends.
Are you?
Of course not. Dennis made arrangements with Peter Parnell to embarrass Paige at the Top of the World Club.
How?
But he arranged for one of Paige's former friends from Hollywood to have lunch there at the same time that Paige and I were there.
Was she indeed embarrassed?
Deeply. She was very upset.
Well, the past does have a way of coming back to haunt us from time to time.
Iris, I know full well how you feel about Paige. But her past is not the issue here.
What is the issue, Elliot?
The fact that your son behaved in such a disgusting manner. He is totally irrational on the subject of Paige, and I think he needs help. He's changed, Iris. He's become bitter and vindictive, and it frightens me. He even believes that Paige has turned me against him. Now, you know that's not rational behavior. I can't reach him. Perhaps you can.
You found Johnson?
Yes.
You sure it's the same Johnson that worked here?
The same.
Where is he?
Down to Conroe, works for a small pipeline company. Been there about 4 months. Just about to be promoted to vice president. He's sure some hot-shot bookkeeper.
How'd you find him?
Hard work. A little luck.
All right, give me the name and the address of the place he's working, bud.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, pal.
You gonna go over and talk to him today, buddy?
You bet I am.
Well, maybe I better go along with you in case there's any trouble.
Your job's finished, Tova. I'll take it from here.
Whatever you say, Alcalde.
So, did you get over to old man Harper's place with a crew, clean up that mess from the explosion?
Yeah, I sure did. I suppose you know old man Harper's slapping you with a lawsuit.
Yeah, but you can forget about that.
Hey, what lawsuit?
Oh, Harper has, he's got a couple of two-bit lawyers suing me for $5 million.
What?
He's He's not going to get anything. He just wants a little money from the company. He doesn't have a chance, Ashley.
Yeah, he'd probably settle for a bottle Applejack.
Maybe. Well, listen, I am going over to pay my respects to Mr. Johnson. I'll see you later. And you take it easy.
Ashley, why are you all so interested in this feller Johnson?
None of your business.
I don't like being threatened, little lady.
That was just a warning, Bubba. Just a warning.
What are you going to do? Give out the evidence that I and Justin were slant drilling? No, I don't think you're going to do that. Because if you do, your boyfriend will be in the hoosegow right along with me. You ain't as smart as you think you are, Sunshine.
Try and cross me, Bubba. Or Justin. You'll see how smart I am. Now get out of my way.
Why don't you give me some sugar?
Hi, Anita. Maggie.
Hi, Elena. We haven't seen you around here for a while.
Yeah, hi, Elena. Oh, that's Billy Joe Jr. I better run upstairs, see what I can do for him. I'll be right back.
So, how are you?
All right.
Did you come over to see the show?
Yeah. I guess Ricky and Billy Joe are real excited to be on the show again.
Oh, well, Ricky is. Billy Joe's awful nervous about it.
Yeah. I guess I'm responsible for putting him in that spot.
Well, I don't know all the details, so I wouldn't want to put the responsibility anywhere. But from what I heard, you let Billy Joe down pretty bad when you canceled out on him the other day.
So how have you been, Vivian?
Oh, I've been just great. How have you been? How's everything at the TV station?
Routine.
Oh, I don't believe that. Everybody knows TV is exciting and glamorous.
Ah, you think so? Well, I'll take you down to the station some afternoon, and you'll quickly find out how boring it can be.
No, thank you. I'd rather keep on thinking it was exciting and glamorous.
Hello, darling.
Thank you for stopping by.
What kind of papers do you want me to sign?
Oh, it concerns Alex's estate.
Can I fix a treat?
Not for me. I've got to get back to work soon. Did Grant explain this to you?
Yes. If you want to take it with you and study it, please do.
Maybe I'll do that.
Well, darling, Grant owned a bank in Boston. Surely he knows what he's doing.
Oh, I trust Grant.
Are you saying that you don't trust me?
Just being cautious.
Perhaps you'd better talk to Grant.
No, that won't be necessary.
How do you feel?
Fine. How do you feel?
Concerned.
And what are you concerned about, Mom?
Elliot came to see me this morning.
Should have realized you had an ulterior motive
The
for asking
paper
me
had
over
to be
here.
signed.
Well, it's signed. Now I've got to get going.
Dennis, please stay for a few
Not if
minutes
you're
and
going to
talk
give
to
me lectures on getting a shrink.
Oh, I won't do that. I don't think you need a psychiatrist.
That's funny. I was sure Dad convinced you that I was crazy.
Elliot doesn't think you're crazy.
Well, that's not the impression I got the other night.
He told me that you believe Paige is trying to turn him against you.
She is. She can't have me, so she's going after him. And I'm not going to let her ruin his life the way she ruined mine.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. I'm Justin Marshall.
I know who you are. How did you find me here?
Well, with a great deal of difficulty. May I sit down?
Well, I have a budget report to get out by
I
tonight.
won't take much of your time, Mr. Johnson. You're doing very well these days. You have a promotion coming up to vice president. You should congratulate yourself.
What do you want with me?
I need some information about World Oil, Mr. Johnson.
Oh, I can't discuss World Oil business with you or with anyone. I'm sorry.
About 6 months ago, I was working KVIK. I received a tip about the misappropriation of funds. Funds for World Oil and 2 other companies. My sources told me that there had been a long delay in the deposit of these monies paid out to World Oil and several leasing companies.
Well, I don't see what any of this has to do with me.
I think it's only obvious, Mr. Johnson, that this money was being used illegally. You don't know of any of these companies involved, do you? Or what their purposes were in delaying these deposits?
I can't discuss any of this with you.
Mr. Johnson, I think the reason that you left World Oil was because you know a great deal about the misappropriation of funds. As a matter of fact, I think you tampered with the books so that no one at the company would know what was going on. Mr. Johnson, I think you engineered the cover-up. I'm going to prove it.
You want to tell me why you canceled out on Billy Joe?
I just couldn't make it, that's all.
Why not?
I guess I don't have what it takes.
I don't believe that, Elena, not for 1 minute. Listen, honey, do you remember the day you signed up with Billy Joe? You were so full of the fact that he was the first person to really believe in you. And you were never going to do anything to let him down. And a singing career was all you wanted in your life.
I know.
Well, what happened?
I guess I didn't realize how much work it was going to take.
Honey, the struggling is over. You already worked to make a name for yourself, to make a hit record. That's all behind you. It's going to be easy from here on.
I guess I just don't want that all anymore.
Why?
People change.
You haven't changed, Elena. Not really. I just don't understand. You have a musical career, and then suddenly you're going to throw the whole...
I didn't come here to talk about myself. I came to find out about Billy Joe. How's he doing?
Well, I think you ought to ask him that yourself.
No, I don't think Billy Joe would talk to me now. I was surprised when Ricky called me to tell me that he and Billy Joe were going to be on the Phil Roberts show again.
Not as surprised as Billy Joe was. Honey, I think you could undo what you've done if you just try to talk to Billy Joe.
No, Maggie, it's really too late for that. How's Ruby?
Ruby? People like Ruby Wright are always just fine. It's people around them you have to ask after.
What do you mean?
I mean, I don't trust Ruby Wright, not for 1 minute. You know, Nita keeps insisting that she is the same sweet girl that she knew back in Waco. There's not a sweet bone in Ruby's body. She's out to get everything she can get, and she's going to walk over anybody that gets in her way now. You mark my words.
What do you think she wants?
She wants anything she can get her hands on. Everything. And that includes your brother, Ricky.
You think she's in love with Ricky?
Love? Ruby Wright doesn't know what love is. To her, it's just one more 4-letter word.
Wait, I don't understand. If she's not in love with him, then what does she want with him?
She wants to use him.
Use him how?
Any way that comes up. I bet she just can't wait to get him into bed. She hadn't done that already. She wants to make money out of him.
But how?
She wants to try to sell him as a singer, as a personality. Elena, to her, Ricky is just a piece of merchandise. And when something more dazzling comes along, she'll just trade him in.
Well, we're here, Maggie. Y'all come on in now. It's just about time for the show. Just sit down right over here at the bar. Make yourselves comfortable.
Elena, you're going to stay for the show, too, aren't you?
Darling, Elliot assures me that he and Paige are simply friends.
Well, you know how Paige operates.
Yes, but Elliot happens to be a sophisticated,
Oh,
intelligent
come on.
man.
She did a number on him. First, she got him to feel sorry for her, and then she played the helpless role.
Well, I don't imagine Elliot will be fooled by that for very
Well,
long.
if someone doesn't stop her soon,
He
then
told
she's...
me about your behavior, Dennis. It's appalling.
Oh, now, don't tell me you're taking Paige's side. That's very unlike you.
Why are you doing this to her?
Because I'm trying to protect Dad.
Elliot is capable of protecting himself.
He doesn't seem to be. I mean, he doesn't even think that Paige's past is anything to worry about.
Her past is of no further concern to this family now that you are divorcing her. Oh, you're not still in love with her, are you?
Come on, Mom, you know better than that. She tricked me into marrying her. I mean, she's the reason I went to prison.
Dennis, that's over.
It may be over for me, but it's not over for Dad, and she's going to do the same thing to him.
Oh, Elliot will never let that happen.
He went to lunch with her, and he went to dinner with her. She's manipulating him, Mom.
I think he just feels sorry
Oh,
for her.
yes, she saw to that all right. I'll bet the tears kept flowing nonstop. She's very clever, you know. I think you know that better than anyone, don't you? You used to be an expert on Paige Marshall. Why don't you tell Dad what she's really like?
Dennis, Elliot's private life is his own affair. It's not something I'm free to interfere
No, that
in.
didn't matter when I was involved with her. Didn't stop you from helping me out or protecting me.
You are my son.
I'm Dad's son, too. And if you refuse to help him, then I guess I'm just going to have to do it.
Dennis?
You're wrong. I left World Oil because I'd been there for 9 years. It would have taken me another 9 years to become head of accounting. It was a career move, nothing more.
I don't believe you.
You may believe what you like. As for the misappropriation of funds, I know nothing about that.
It's very strange, Mr. Johnson. You worked for 9 years without missing a day, and then all of a sudden one day you just don't show up without telling anyone. Oh, you send a letter into personnel stating that you're leaving the state for family matters.
That's right.
But you don't even take care of any of your correspondence, Mr. Johnson. Your pension and welfare, your vacation pay. It's like a man who doesn't even care about the ordinary, everyday financial matters that
I
we all
had a
have
lot
to
of
deal with.
pressures on me at the time.
Well, it doesn't sound like you, Mr. Johnson. Not a man who seems to be as calm as you. No one will believe that. Certainly not your employer.
I admit that I discovered the misappropriation of funds at World Oil. But I told Mr. Wheeler all about it. I just didn't want to be involved in any investigations after his death. So I just left.
Were you involved?
No. But I'd have a hard time proving it. That's why I disappeared. I left my work file. You can check with that for any answers you may want.
Your work file disappeared when you did. Tell me, Mr. Johnson, did Brian Connor know about any of your suspicions?
I don't think so.
I think he did. I think he killed this investigation and drove you right out of the company, didn't he?
No, that's not true.
Sure he did. And you'll sign a statement to that effect.
I tell you that's
You'll
not
sign
true.
a statement, Mr. Johnson, or you'll go to jail. It's your decision.
Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. Being right means living without you. Rather live a wrong than a right. Mama and your daddy say it's a shame. It's a downright disgrace. As long as I've got you by my side, I don't care what your people say. Friends tell you there's there's no future in love in a married man. If I can't have you when I want, see you when I can. Loving you is wrong.
Ricky Decker's got the sexiest eyes I've ever saw.
Doesn't he?
Julie, we're trying to listen.
Am I wrong to fall so deeply in love with you? I've got a wife and 3 little children depending on me too.
It's not just the eyes, Julie. I know, he could just stand there.
And knowing I've got someone else at home who needs me just as much. Are you wrong to give your love to a married man? Am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. Are you wrong to give your love to a married man? Am I wrong for trying to hold on to the best thing I ever had? Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. Loving you is wrong. I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right if it means living without you. I don't want to be right if it means living without you. I don't want to be right if it means living without
Thank you, Ricky. Ricky Decker, ladies and gentlemen. Elena Decker's brother and a rising star in his own right. And now I've got another real treat for you all today. Also, in overwhelming response from you viewers, we've asked Elena Decker's manager and one of my personal favorites, Billy Joe Wright, to join us on the Phil Roberts Show here today on this stage now. Now, y'all give him a big welcome here. Mr. Billy Joe Wright, come on out here, boy.
How many people are going to be here for dinner? Oh, I have no idea. Justin and Ashley are coming over for cocktails, but I don't know whether they have plans for dinner or not. I suppose Grant will be here, but I haven't seen Lacey all day. I don't know where she is.
Fix hot dogs, and then it won't make any difference if anybody wants to eat anything here or not.
Oh, Mrs. Wheeler, What is the matter with you?
Mr. Carrington called before, and I forgot to tell you that. He said he was returning your call, and I never mentioned that to you when you came in.
Right,
Sorry
Vivian.
about that.
I'll call him now.
If there's anything that you want me to do for you, I'll be in the kitchen.
Try to calm down, will you? Hello, Elliot.
Oh, hello, Iris. I'm sorry I missed your call earlier.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that I talked to Dennis.
Iris, what was the outcome?
Well, you can stop worrying about him. I think he's just been overreacting.
Iris, it's more than that.
We had a very long talk, and I'm confident that everything is fine now.
Iris, there is no way that Dennis is fine, as you put it.
He's been through a very traumatic experience. You can't expect him to escape totally unaffected by it.
No, but...
Do your best to just reassure him that you love him and that nothing will ever change that, and I'll do the same.
Well, I'll certainly do my best.
I can't talk anymore now, Elliot.
Hello, darling. Hi, I hope that I'm not too late. I mean, too early.
No, you're not. And you look much better than you did yesterday. Where's Justin?
Oh, I don't know. He said he had a meeting, and he wasn't there when I just left without him.
Oh? 2 days ago, you would have been certain he was at Rena's.
Not anymore. Thanks to you.
Going somewhere?
Who are you?
Don't make no never mind who I am.
If you're one of those goons who roughed me up before.
Do I look like the kind of feller who'd hurt somebody?
What do you want?
What I want is to be sure that you don't do any more talking.
I haven't talked to anyone, nor do I intend to in the future.
You talked to Justin Marshall. What did you talk about?
They asked me to come back to work at World Oil.
Is that a fact?
Yes, that's why he came here. But I said no. So you can tell your boss to leave me alone. I didn't give Mr. Marshall any information about him, and I won't be talking to him again.
Just who is my boss, Mr. Johnson?
Listen to that. They love you. It's real good to have you back, Billy Joe.
Yeah?
Yeah? Sit down there, boy. Now, I know the audience was as moved as I was by your last appearance on the show, hearing about the troubles you and Elena ran into when you set out on the road to success. And we're hoping that you'll tell us just a little bit more about exactly how you and Elena got started. Billy Joe, my good buddy here, started with nothing. Nothing but faith. Faith in himself and faith in his client. Isn't that right, Billy Joe? Must have been difficult. Now, look, good buddy, I can guess how painful some of those experiences must have been, but perhaps you'd like to tell this studio audience here, watching you right now, Billy Joe, and the audience at home, just when it was you realized Elena Decker's true potential as a singing star.
What I'd really like to do is get out of this here monkey suit.
You tell him, Billy Joe!
Look, I know you guys told me to wear a suit and tie like this, but it just don't feel right. I feel like I'm going to choke here.
Well, sure. Anything that makes you comfortable, Billy Joe.
Okay, thanks. Here, will you hold this? This will just take a second here. Just hold on a minute. There, that's a whole lot better. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. Yeah. What I'd like to talk about today is about being yourself.
About being yourself?
Yeah. I want to talk about how important it is to go through life not being a phony.
Don't you work for... I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that I'm getting out of Houston, out of Texas.
Who roughed you up, Mr. Johnson?
I don't want to discuss it.
Why are you so frightened? Who's got a hold on you?
I've said enough already. I'm leaving. If you're going to shoot me, you'll have to shoot me in the back.
Family is very important to Justin, isn't it?
A son. He wants that son to carry on the Marshall name.
Well, I have a feeling he wouldn't be upset with a daughter or two, either.
Oh, I guess so. But he wants that son as well.
Then you give him a son. Maybe two, for good measure.
I'm not sure it's going to be that easy. I mean, you know, the Linden women always have girls.
Darling, there are exceptions to every rule. Now, have you and Justin made any more plans since we talked this morning?
We were going to go get the blood test today and the marriage license, but he didn't get back in time.
Well, never mind. You can do it tomorrow.
Well.
What is it?
Mrs. Wheeler, about this blood test. Is there any way that they can tell from that I'm really not pregnant?
No. Of course not. Stop worrying so.
I can't help it. Justin kept asking me how I felt today. And you know, for one awful minute, I didn't know what he was talking about. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Act like I have morning sickness or what?
I don't think you have to go that far.
I don't know if I can go through this.
Of course you can. And I'll help you.
Oh, no. You've already done so much already. I couldn't ask you to do anything more.
Have you called your mother and your Aunt Hildy?
No. I can't.
Well, darling, they'll want to help with your plans.
No. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to make the plans on my own. And then after the wedding, I'll just call them up and tell them that Justin and I just got married on the spur of the moment. We just wanted to save them time and expense.
I'm not sure that's wise.
Mrs. Wheeler, there is no way that I can call my mother and see her before the wedding. She'd take one look at me and know there was something wrong. I was up to something.
You should have the people you love around you when you marry. I want you to have a beautiful memory to cherish for the rest of your life.
I just want it over as quickly as possible. I just hope that I can really get pregnant.
You must calm down and relax. You're making yourself a nervous wreck.
I just hope I'm doing the right thing.
Look at me. Come on. Now, you love Justin, don't you?
Yes.
And he loves you. You certainly would have married eventually in any case.
Well, unless Rena changed her mind.
There is no way Rena will change her mind about Justin. So just forget about her. Now, once you're married, everything will be fine. You'll see. Oh, hi. Hi, Grant.
Hi, Mr. Wheeler.
Actually, I wish you would call me Grant.
Oh, I have been trying to get her to call me Iris for months now.
I understand that you and Justin are going to be getting married sometime next week.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I wish you all the luck.
They'll have it.
When is the wedding?
Next week.
Justin is on his way over to join us for cocktails. We're going to make plans. You're welcome to join us if you're free.
Oh, thank you very much, but I've got a business appointment. Thank you for asking anyway.
Lacey's getting to be a very attractive young lady. It may not be long before you find yourself in the midst of her wedding plans.
No, I don't think we'll have to worry about that for a little while. Ashley, are you from Houston?
No, Savannah.
Oh, then the wedding will take place in Savannah.
No.
It won't?
No. My mother's ill.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry to hear that.
Oh, that must be Justin. The darling Vivian's upstairs.
I'll get the door.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You must try to calm down. Come on, come on.
Fred, nice to see you again. Sorry I'm late, lady.
Well, we waited for you to begin the celebration.
Well, Iris, we have two things to celebrate now.
Two,
My marriage to Ashley and the ousting of Ryan Connor from World Oil.
There you go.
Hey, let's give these guys a big hand of applause. Look, I'm serious. Really, you guys were terrific.
Thanks, Roy.
Hey, big brother. Hi, Richie.
Hi, Ruby. What were you doing in the office, Ruby?
I had to use the phone. It was business.
What kind of business?
Well, I just finished talking to Phil Roberts. They want to sign you up as a regular.
Yeah, well, you can just forget it because I'm not interested. Give me a beer here, will you?
Even for, $50,000 a year.
You like the house?
I love the house.
As much as you can love a house in town?
Well, I did live at the ranch for 10 years. It's just going to take a little time for me to adjust to living in town again, that's all.
I joined the country club today, so you can spend as much time out there as you want. That ought to help a little bit, right?
How did you get everything done so quickly?
Well, it's easy. Stryker Bauman, you see, he knows the people that lived here, so he made arrangements for us to move in right away, and he sponsored us at the club.
I was out at the Bellmans this afternoon, and Stryker did not mention a word about that.
Well, I asked him not to. I wanted to surprise you.
You did. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I guess we better go to dinner.
I want to stay here with you.
I want to stay here too, but I think we better go to dinner.
You know, I never should have suggested an old-fashioned courtship now, should I?
We'll be married soon.
We gonna set the date tonight?
You bet we are.
We have 2 things to celebrate, Iris.
2?
My marriage to Ashley and the ousting of Ryan Connor from World Oil.
What is this?
It's a signed statement from a man who used to work as an accountant at World Oil. There was an investigation into the misappropriation of large amounts of money, money which was supposed to be deposited in the bank accounts at World Oil, but which for one reason or another was delayed for long periods of time. Ryan Connor canceled the investigation and drove Mr. Johnson, who wrote that letter, right out of the company.
Are you accusing Ryan of using World Oil funds for his own personal use?
It sure looks that way to me.
Nobody's going to pay me $50,000 to get up some TV screen and run my mouth for 10 minutes. They have to be crazy.
Well, they must be crazy then because they want you and Ricky twice a week. And they're willing to pay you $500 every time you're on. Now, by my calculations, that's about a little more than $50,000 apiece a year for each of you.
Are you serious?
Of course, that's minus my commission, but it still leaves you with a good bit more than pocket money.
Whew, that's amazing. Is this on the level, Ruby?
Yeah, I'm going down tomorrow to pick up the contracts at the studio. So, what do you think?
I think it's great.
Don't I get a little hug for being such a good manager?
No. You get a big hug. Whoa.
Ricky? Congratulations.
Thanks, Roy. Thanks.
What is the matter?
$50,000 for just getting up there and talking.
Well, that's all they want you to do. And I think you should be real happy, Billy Joe. I can't think of a nicer way to earn money.
It's almost like stealing.
Hey, don't look a gift horse in the mouth there, Billy Joe.
Still thinking of turning it down, Billy Joe?
Nita, I gotta go tell Nita right now.
Well, what do you know? I think I finally did something my big brother approves of.
You know, I feel a little bad about Steve not being in our decision about the house.
Well, this camping trip with Buddy and Buddy Jr. is very important to him. I think he needs a little time to try to get over Max's death.
Are you going to be staying out on the ranch till we get married?
No, I think I'll go and stay with the Bellmans and Rena.
What about Steve?
Well, I'm going to leave Steve out at the ranch with Kate for the rest of the summer, at least until school starts.
Justin, he doesn't seem to be spending too much time out on the ranch, does he?
No, he spends most of his evenings in town with Ashley.
Is he still giving Rena a hard time?
I think Vicky took care of that.
Is Rena really pregnant?
She has all the signs and symptoms.
She really wants to have a baby, doesn't she?
No, not just a baby. She wants to have Max's baby. There's a big difference.
I understand. Because that's how I feel about wanting to have children with you.
Ryan, I'd like to have a baby as soon as possible.
Okay, let's set the date. How about 2 weeks from tonight, okay?
I can't believe that Ryan would cover up an investigation like this.
When I was working at KVIK, I tried to investigate an allegation into the misuse of funds. Ryan Connor fought me the whole way.
Did he stop you?
Well, Alex finally intervened, allowed me to see the books, but I was too late. They were in good order.
Do you think Ryan was stalling you so that he could cover up any missing funds?
That's the way it adds up to me.
Ashley, did you know about this?
Well, of course, I knew about Justin's investigation, and Ryan Connor was opposed to it. And I knew that Mr. Johnson had disappeared suddenly after Mr. Wheeler's first stroke. I didn't put any of this together.
I think it's very obvious that Ryan Connor was playing games with World Oil money. Alex somehow found out about it, confronted him, and he had his first stroke.
You're jumping to conclusions.
It makes perfect sense to me. When Alex finally regained his speech, he wanted to talk to Stryker Bellman and Ryan Connor.
What do you mean?
He wanted to talk about the missing money, not the changing of his will.
But Alex told Ashley about the changing of the will, nothing about an investigation.
He didn't mention it, but he...
Maybe it was just a coincidence that Alex was so well on his way to recovery and suddenly died. Why was Iris called out of the sitting room just before Ryan came to visit Alex? Ryan was the last person to see Alex Wheeler alive.
He did murder Alex.
No, I was
He
just a
betrayed his uncle and the company his uncle created, and he murdered the man I loved. I'm going to call Detective Donovan.
No, Iris, don't do that.
Why not?
We shouldn't go to the police. It might lead to certain accusations, lawsuits, embarrassment for the company. I think it would be disastrous.
Yes, it would, Iris.
Well, are you suggesting that Ryan just go free?
I think we should form our own quiet investigation into this missing money business so that we can form some solid evidence against Ryan Connor.
All you've got are theories and suspicions, none of which I believe to be true.
You still believe in Ryan's innocence?
Yes, I do, Iris.
Well, I don't. I think he's guilty, and I'm going to prove it.
Justin, I want to leave.
I can't do that. I just accepted Iris's invitation to dinner.
I'm not hungry.
What's the matter, Ashley?
I just don't want to see Ryan Connor railroaded out of the company for something he didn't do.
Sure as hell tried to railroad me.
You were guilty. You were slant drilling on Max's property.
Are you with me? Or are you against me? You have to make up your mind now, Ashley.
Justin, I love you. I want you to be happy.
Becoming president of World Oil will make me happy. Having a son, our son, will make me happy. If I can't get Ryan Connor out of World Oil, Iris will, one way or another. He's going to be ousted. Why shouldn't I take advantage of this?
Because you don't need to.
Do you think he'd hesitate for a second dumping me if he could? Not a chance.
Justin, what if he's innocent?
He's not. Will you help me prove it?
I'm having a great time.
Me too.
You know, if we're getting married in 2 weeks, I have a lot of unfinished business to take care of with you.
Like what?
Well, I promised I'd bring you flowers, right? And I promised that I'd sit in the parlor and talk with you and Kate, that I'd take you dancing.
We've done all that.
But I also promised that I'd take you to the moving picture show.
All right, let's go tomorrow night, okay?
Okay. Let's buy our rings tomorrow, too, all right?
Rings? Plural?
Sure. Aren't you going to give me a ring?
Well, I thought about it, but I wasn't sure whether you want one or not.
No, I do. Because I want everyone to know that I'm married to the most beautiful woman in Texas. In the whole country. In the whole world.
All right. I will give you a ring for every finger.
Really? Well, we haven't had too much to laugh about recently, have we?
No, we haven't.
That's all changing.
And it's for us. Not for Rena, though.
Oh, come on. In time, Rena's going to learn how to laugh again. You'll see.
Okay, I know we have to live our own lives.
Together. I love you so much.
Honey, the music stopped.
Oh, well, guess it's time for dinner, huh? Oh, my lady. Looks so beautiful.
Ryan.
Well, look who's here.
Hi, Grant.
Ginny, I'm terribly sorry for interrupting, but I do have to speak with Ryan.
Elliot, how did you find this place? It's absolutely lovely.
Okay, the arcade did a segment on establishments with live bands, and this was one of them. I've wanted to come here ever since, but I couldn't find the time. Not to mention the right person. To a relaxing evening.
Ah, I will drink to that.
Did you have any trouble getting Alfredo to cover for you at the Top of the World Club?
Nope. I had been there since 8 o'clock this morning, so I felt I deserved a break. How about you? How was your day at the station?
Oh, rather uneventful. Except for the usual wars and pestilence and plagues that keep us in business.
Elliot, how's Dennis?
I spoke with him after you left yesterday. Apparently everything Peter told you was true. Dennis told me that the whole business of bringing Jack Brent to the top of the World Club to embarrass you was his idea.
I suppose I was hoping somehow that Peter was lying, but I guess I knew deep down that he wasn't. It just seemed too good to be true. Dennis is forgiving me. He's having Iris rehire me. My moving back into the suite.
Paige, let's not talk about any of that tonight,
I'm sure it must be on your mind.
Well, I admit I was upset about it yesterday, but I had a talk with Iris, and I think everything is going to be fine.
What did she have to say?
She talked with Dennis. I think between Iris and me, we can work things out.
It upsets him that we see each other, doesn't it, Elliot?
I'm afraid it does. But Dennis has always been very possessive. I think he got that from his mother, who was always so possessive of him. But I think in time he'll see that you're no threat to him.
Well, I hope so. Because, you know, I've never quite had a friend like you. I don't want to lose you.
No chance of that. Shall we,
I'd love to.
You really think I can make it as a singer, don't you?
What do you think I've been telling you for the past month?
Oh, come on, Ruby. There's a singer out there in every street corner with a manager who's telling them the same thing.
Yeah, but that singer's not Ricky Decker. You're special, Ricky. You're talented. You're great looking. You got presence. I think you could be the hottest thing this country's seen in years, if you put your mind to it.
And how do I go about putting my mind to it?
You're serious, aren't you?
Well, let's say that I am. I wouldn't stop until I made it to the top.
Well, with me behind you, you would be there tomorrow.
Well, I don't have to be there tomorrow or the day after that for that matter, but, well, if that's where I'm headed, then that's where I want to be.
You'll be there. Just leave it all to me. Tomorrow morning, I can call some friends in the record business. Then I can call some people I know in Nashville.
Now, wait a
I've been
minute,
in a
Ruby,
couple
there's
club
something
dates,
you got to
places with big
understand.
names.
Now, listen, this is my career we're talking about here. Now, you can advise me, but I'm going to call the shots.
Well, sure. You can call all the shots you want to call. You just leave the rest to me.
Hey!
All right.
Hey, look at this. You two guys even had any champagne yet.
Yeah.
Come on, we'll get some glass over here. We gotta have a toast here.
Yeah.
What kind of celebration you guys having anyways, huh?
Sure.
Come over here. Quick, get the glass over here, huh? You got the glasses?
Thank you,
Yeah,
Roy.
hold on here. A little more here. A little more. Come on. Whoa, don't spill it. A little more. Come on, a little more. A toast. Come on, a toast. This is very important.
You need some.
I got a toast. Ready? All set?
Everybody got
A toast.
Okay, a toast.
To Ricky and me and our new careers.
All right.
And another toast. Another toast.
Another toast.
And to the people we love.
I'll drink to that.
I don't understand how Mr. Johnson could have signed such a statement.
Obviously, Justin either paid him off or tried to have him blackmailed.
Is that possible?
Look, I don't even know Johnson. I know that he disappeared. That's because Ashley told me, but I certainly didn't force him to quit the company.
Was he working on any special project?
I don't know. I do know that his work files disappeared about the same time he did. No, I'd have to talk to the head of accounting to find out about any special projects.
Justin told me that you stopped him from investigating World Oil. Is that true?
That's right, I did.
Why?
Well, you see, Justin was this real hotshot reporter. He was looking for ratings, so he decided to investigate oil companies. You know, tell the public everything terrible they've always wanted to know about big corporations.
So he simply chose World Oil as one of his targets?
That's right. He said he had a reliable source who had told him there was a misappropriation of funds. So I went into the accounting department. They said they didn't know anything about it.
What'd you do then?
I told Justin to get lost. But he finally went to Alex, and Alex gave him one of the company. But Justin didn't fight on anything like I knew he would.
Well, Justin claims that you stalled him just in order to be able to cover up your tracks.
He's wrong. No, I did not take any funds out of World Oil and deposit them into my account. I'm not an embezzler.
Is Justin going to make these accusations public, Brent?
No. No, for the good of the company, he feels that this should be handled as quietly as possible.
Well, I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to raise hell, and if Justin opens his mouth, I'm going to slap him with a libel suit.
Ryan, I don't think that's the answer.
Neither do I.
I'm sick and tired of Justin and Iris and their continual sniping at me in secret. Now, if Justin thinks he can prove I'm an embezzler, let's go to court. Let him prove it. I resign from World Oil so I don't embarrass the company.
You can't win, Ryan.
I can win. Justin cannot prove these accusations against me because they're all lies.
You'll lose. You'll destroy your reputation. The public will believe the half-truths and the rumors. The worst thing you can possibly do is argue this in public.
So what do you think I should do about it?
Stay at World Oil.
Why?
Because if you stay there, I can help you investigate. We can find the answers we need. If you resign, we can't possibly find them.
I may not be able to find them anyway.
Eventually, you will. If you resign, Justin will take over and you'll have access to absolutely nothing. You must stay.
I suppose Iris believes everything that Justin tells her.
Oh, yeah. Afraid she does.
Well, I'm not surprised. She's been telling everybody for months that I'm responsible for Alex's death.
Well, now she figures she's got the motive.
You gonna tell her about Dr. Watkins?
No. Absolutely not. She'd have you arrested in a minute.
Who's Dr. Watkins?
Ginny, he's this research fellow at Gulf Coast. He's been, his current project is stroke victims. Now, he believes that Alex's death was really not a second stroke. He thinks it was suffocation.
He thinks Alex was murdered?
That's right.
Yeah, but that's just theory, Jenny. They can't prove it because Alex's body was cremated.
Well, somebody better start proving something or Ryan's going to end up in jail.
We'll find the truth. I promise you.
We're gonna create a whole new image for Ricky. We're gonna put together a whole new act.
Yeah? We're gonna talk about putting together a whole new act.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Well, I think that's just great.
Of course, now I got my hands full now that I have 2 clients.
2 clients?
Yeah, you and Ricky.
Well, Billy Joe, I didn't know Ruby was handling you.
I didn't either.
Well, I did negotiate your contract for the Phil Roberts show now, didn't I?
Well, I guess you're right. And what do you know, everybody? I got me an agent, huh? All right. Hey, wait a minute. Sounds like rain out there. I got a great idea. Let's take off all our clothes, go run in the rain. Come on.
Billy Joe, you're crazy.
That's right, I am.
Oh, well, I don't know about you all, but I'm sitting right back down here. I'm not walking in no rain.
Well, I guess that kills that idea. There's only one thing left to do. Let's have some more champagne.
All right.
Roy, have some. Roy, come on, more champagne over here.
Oh, listen. That looks as if our dinner's going to be rained out before we've had dessert.
Oh, it is so beautiful with the rain across the lake. Did I ever tell you my family has a cabin across the lake right over there?
No.
Oh, yeah, we used to spend a lot of time out here when we were kids. You know, swimming, skiing. Actually, we spent most of our summers out here. Elliot, have you given up on that book?
What made you ask that?
Just curious.
No, I never give up on anything. I'll get back to it sooner or later.
I wish I could write.
Anyone can write.
If you really believe that, I will write you a letter sometime, and I will dispel that myth very quickly.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I was just thinking about all the things that have happened to me this past year, you know. Dad's suicide, Dennis, my marriage, divorce. It just seems so far away.
Well, let's keep it that way. moves across the lake in sheets.
I wonder how Justin found out about Mr. Johnson.
Well, I wonder how Justin even knew about him. They're only,
What's wrong?
I know how Justin knew about Mr. Johnson. Ashley told him. She told him that Johnson disappeared and Justin did the rest. Of course. So, you and Rena were right about Ashley, weren't you? But she knows I'm innocent. She knows I didn't force him out of the company.
Ashley's engaged to Justin. Iris treats her just like a daughter. She can tell them anything she wants.
I better find Johnson real quick.
Tonight?
No. First thing in the morning.
You know, if you want to go over to the office and go through the files, see if you can find anything there, I'll be happy to go along with you, honey.
No. Right now I feel so tired, angry, I can't even think straight.
Well, you get a good night's sleep. You can deal with Justin in the morning.
I want to deal with Justin right now.
And
I want to knock him straight through the nearest window. That's what I want to do.
Brian, that's not going to solve anything.
Maybe it was going to make me feel a lot better.
Will it?
No. Come on. I'm going to take you back to the ranch.
No, I don't want to go to the ranch.
What?
I want to stay with you tonight.
Did you really like me on the show today?
You were wonderful. You really were.
I didn't look like a fool or anything.
Oh, you were cute. Hey, did you enjoy being on the show?
Well, I wasn't too hot on the idea at first, but it's growing on me.
I think you're going to be real successful. All that money you're going to be making, it's almost too much to take in at one time.
Yeah, the money's fine. But there's something a whole lot more important to me than all that money.
What's that?
Have my wife and son back with me. Come on home with me, Evie. Come on.
Can't.
I got the whole apartment to myself. Ruby won't be there.
No, that's not the point.
We could stop by to Maggie's, pick up Billy Joe Jr. right now.
No, I just can't.
Nita, we're family. Families belong together.
I understand how you feel, but you gotta respect how I feel.
Yeah, I do.
I gotta go.
Oh, it's open.
Good.
Wait a minute. Oh, look at...
I thought you said this cabin was just down the road.
Sorry, I thought it was.
We must have run 2 miles.
Oh, but when you fell in that...
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I know I shouldn't have been laughing.
That's all right.
I think it's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Do you? Good. I'm glad you like that.
I did.
Oh, God. I am amazed I didn't break every bone in my body. Oh.
Are you all right?
Physically, I am fine. I don't think my wounded pride will ever be the same. Oh, God.
Oh, we better get out of these things.
Oh.
We may catch our death.
Yeah, I'd better build a fire for us, or your prediction just might come true.
I'm glad I remembered this place. I don't know what we would have done.
I'm glad you did, too.
Well, what do you think, Sport? Shall we call a garage and have the car towed?
No, I think the spark plugs just got wet when we flew through that small pond down the road there. But I think if the engine's warm enough, we should be able to get out of here in an hour or so. They'll be dry.
Ooh. Oh, great.
Are you cold?
Oh, just a little. I think. Oh, my word. Should look for some clothes for us to change into while you make a fire.
All right.
Okay.
Is Justin still here?
Well, obviously not.
Well, apparently my timing is just perfect.
Oh, if you're going to start in on
Iris,
Justin
I'm
Brand,
appalled that you take any of his accusations seriously.
they're not just accusations anymore. He has proof.
Oh, his proof is
We have a statement from Mr. Johnson showing that Ryan covered up the investigation and forced him out of the company. Now, how can you continue to defend Ryan in the face of that?
Well, you're so intent on blaming Ryan for Alex's death that you'll believe anything that supports that theory, no matter how far-fetched.
Justin will prove you wrong, and Ryan Connor will be out of World Oil in a week or so. If he had any decency or any regard for the company, he'd resign tomorrow when he's confronted with Justin's charges.
I just left Ryan, and I advised him not to resign.
You had no right.
Of course I have that right. And he has the right to stay at World Oil and defend himself. You know, in this country, you're still innocent until proven guilty.
But we have the proof of his guilt.
The man is not an embezzler. The man is not a cold-blooded killer. And I'll do everything within my power to help him prove that.
Well, there's no way you can save him from scandal and disgrace.
Iris, what's the matter with you? What is this obsession with Ryan?
Ryan Connor killed the only man I have ever truly loved. My life ended when Alex died.
Your life did not end when Alex died. He wouldn't have wanted that. Iris, you're beautiful. You're young. You have many years in front of you. It is right for you to mourn that death, but it is not right for you to dedicate the rest of your life to avenge that death. Can't you see how wrong that is? What an utter waste of time.
Step.
What do you think?
I think you're crazy for driving all the way out to the ranch in the pouring rain.
Talking about the rain on the roof. Doesn't it sound great?
It's great.
It's the most relaxing sound in the world. Elena and I used to spend half our lives as kids up in this barn. Every time Max had a chore that I didn't want to do, I used to come up here and hide. Pull up a seat. Sit down.
No champagne?
If I have any more champagne, it'll be more than I've had the rest of my life. I guess another swallow can't hurt, huh?
Oh! Sorry about the glasses.
How about you? Some more?
So, how do you feel about the decision you made tonight?
I feel great.
No second thoughts?
It's about time I got off my, you know what. Start doing something with my life, huh?
I'm gonna make you a star, Ricky. Pretty soon the name Ricky Decker's gonna be a household word.
Fine. Just so long as they don't bill me Ricky Decker, Max Decker's younger brother. That's what I've been all my life.
By the time I'm through with you, you won't be able to walk down the street without everybody knowing who you are. Every time you go in a restaurant, people are gonna come running up, clamoring for Ricky Decker's autograph. Think you can handle it?
Sounds great.
We're going a long way.
Nothing stops you, does it?
Nothing and nobody. Your shirt's all wet. Hi.
Hello.
How's the fire going?
You are speaking to a Boy Scout from way back.
Was it where? It's good.
You still cold?
I was before, but I'm not now.
Good.
You know, I don't think anybody's been in this cabin since Dad died. Oh, he used to love it up here. I'd always know when business wasn't going well.
How?
Well, he used to come up here and spend days, you know, out on the dock in the back, just thinking and fishing. And little Justin, whoa! I haven't thought about that in years. He'd grab his bamboo pole and trot out there and join him. They look so cute out there together.
It's good to hear you talk about your family. You don't do it often.
I think that's one of the things that I was most looking forward to with Dennis. Having a family.
I don't think you should give up on that hope.
I'm sorry I have nothing to offer you. No beer, no wine. The cupboard is bare.
It's okay.
I guess we probably shouldn't get too comfortable either. We should probably head out to the car.
Sorry about the live band. Shall we?
Thank you.
Don't say anything.
Hey, go back to sleep.
Going to stare at the ceiling all night?
All those plans we made this evening, I think we're going to have to put them on hold for a while.
Why?
Because I can't marry you if I'm going to be convicted of embezzlement and murder, that's why.
Oh, Brian, you're not going to jail.
How do we know that?
Because you're innocent.
How do we know what Justin and Iris and Ashley are up to, what they're going to try to frame me with next? And I can't take care of you and Kate and Steve if I'm in jail.
Ryan, do you have an account of your income, savings, investments, things like that?
Sure, why?
Well, if you're supposed to be taking all this money that Justin is accusing you of taking, then there should be something on the accounts to show it.
No, not necessarily.
Well, why not?
Well, I could have deposited them in a numbered account in Switzerland. That way you can't trace it.
So much for that idea.
Yeah. So you see, we're up against. No one can prove that Alex was murdered. I can't prove that I didn't kill him. I don't even know if I can prove that Justin's framing me for embezzlement. Everyone's going to believe that's true.
I am not going to let Justin destroy our lives the way he did with Rena and Max. I just won't allow it to happen, and neither will Grant. Tomorrow, see if you can find Mr. Johnson. Get him to tell the truth. Then we're going to go buy our rings and be married just as we planned. And then, tomorrow night, we'll go to a moving picture show.
I love you. Virginia Hampton Marshall.
What's wrong, Elliot?
Paige,
It's wrong, and you know it.
why is it wrong?
Because we told Dennis it wasn't true.
And we believed that. We weren't lying to him.
I feel as though we were.
We don't always know about our feelings, Paige.
Did you know?
I knew. But I didn't want to let myself believe.
I don't think Dennis is going to understand the difference.
Paige, we're not going to be able to live out the rest of our lives in terms of what Dennis does and doesn't understand.
Elliot, Dennis and I are still married.
Tell me you don't love me, Paige.
Let's not do this, Elliot.
I wouldn't hurt you for the world. You know that.
I think we should go now.
Is that really what you want?
Yes.
All right. I'll go change.